Charleston Mayor John Tecklenburg will be seeking re-election when voters head to the ballot box in November. This has opened the field to other candidates, including my guest, City Councilman Peter Shahid. It's good to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
First time visiting Fox 24 News now, hopefully the first of many visits.
Shame on me for not being there sooner.
Yeah, I agree. But part of your slogan reads, Rethink Charleston.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
So I've served on council for 2 terms. I'm a lifelong resident of Charleston, and I've noticed that Charleston has changed over time. And my slogan is to rethink Charleston for Charlestonians. What's important for us as residents of the city of Charleston? Livability issues in particular.
Mm-hmm. Livability in what way? Are we talking about traffic? Are we talking about flooding? All the above?
Talking about public safety, number one, and the role of a city government, number one, is make sure our streets are safe. Mm-hmm. We can have the finest restaurants, we can have the best hotels, we can have the best of everything, but if our streets are not safe, that undermines everything else that makes a city a city. Yeah. So livability, number one, would be public safety. Number two, and not in any particular order, but stormwater, flooding management is a top priority, mm-hmm. and also dealing with our shortage of workforce attainable housing.
Mm-hmm. And when you click onto your website, you underscore the word hardworking.
Yes.
Is this to imply that others, predecessors, have not been as hardworking?
Hardworking in the sense that I have a lot of energy, and I have grown up in a family that migrated to Charleston in 1899. And what has been instilled in me since that time is to work hard for the goals that you're seeking to accomplish. I grew up in Shahid's department store on King Street. We were there working. That was our livelihood. I've been a lawyer for 40 years. I represent my clients with energy and hard-working attitude to make sure I take care of my clients. And same thing has carried over with me as being on city council. I feel like I have 2 jobs now. Yeah. Being my law practice and representing my constituents. And I will carry that over as mayor. Hardworking, charging, having a vision, and exhibiting what I think is really important and people overlook, this thing called leadership. Mm-hmm. Taking the bull by the horn, taking these issues of public safety, these issues of workforce housing, stormwater management, taking the lead on that and making sure we get those things accomplished.
Would you say that we've been failing at those things?
Yes. Without question, we've been failing with those things. When we have a riot in May of 2020, mm-hmm. When we have shootings on King Street, when we have a police presence on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night in the economic engine of our community, which requires police officers there, closing off a lane of traffic, closing off parking, we failed. Mm. That's not the Charleston that I grew up in. That's not the Charleston that people migrate here to see. That's a failure on our current administration not to keep our streets safe. And if you can't do that on King Street, how does that translate into our neighborhoods mm-hmm. as well? The mayor wants to build a wall around the city. We've got real flooding issues. Everyday rain, storms, high tides, things of that nature. We need to be addressing stormwater management a lot better than what we've been doing. And we need 16,000 residential units to accomplish our inventory mm-hmm. of a workforce and affordable housing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, affordable housing. And being on city council, have any of these been issues that you've tackled thus far? And in what way would you say you've made strides
yes.
in those departments?
So we'll take the stormwater.
Yeah.
Soon after I got elected to city council, I was appointed to what we call the Public Works and Utilities Committee. And I realized very quickly that our Public Works department handled road and control, sidewalk maintenance, fleet management, and picking up our trash, and stormwater. Mm-hmm. And stormwater is a huge problem in our community. Yeah. Why are we having one department handle this variety of missions that don't seem to be related to one another? Mm. So I proposed and introduced an ordinance to split off from the Public Works Department a stormwater department. We hired a top-notch engineer from the county, Mr. Fountain, and we are dedicated in addressing with just one department and one team stormwater management. Mm-hmm. That came from me, that did not come from Mayor Tecklenburg. As to the public safety, I serve as the chairman of the Public Safety Committee. We went back and looked at the backlog of cases that we had dealing in our municipal court. We were 4 years behind on cases lingering behind. This is before the pandemic.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So we took steps to address that quickly.
Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of work to be done.
There's a lot of work to be done.
To be done. Fundraising, for anybody who's watching this who wants to make a donation to your campaign, where should they go?
Peter for Mayor.
Peter for Mayor.
Yes.
All right, we're going to put that up on the screen. I want to thank you so much for joining us, Councilman, and we'll have you back.
Oh, good. Well, thanks for having me here.
Thank you.
All right.
We're back in 2 minutes.